cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can walk away. Something in my mind leads me then ain't nobody perfect. Leads me then ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect.
So, hi guys, it's your girl Elizabeth. This is our signature intro. I don't know why I always do that. I don't actually plan to do that, but it just happens anyway. So it's your girl Elizabeth. It's still me, Elizabeth. Yes, and it's been a while. And dear people, thank you for all those that have actually been watching and anticipating. And I'm sorry if I haven't been doing videos as often as I should. By the way, my nails are a mess. I can't do it on my own, and getting to the salon is, I need to make out time to do that before I get to do it, but that's not the point now, so please forgive my nails. So I'm sorry I haven't been able to do it in a while, because there's a particular reason. When I want to do a video, I want to talk about something. I want to do a video that has content. As much as I want to entertain you, as much as I also want to remember, this place is a safe space where we get to talk about things that people will normally not want to talk about, and as much as have fun and that, and also take you through my life. I know I said that, but I haven't been doing so much of that lately, but I promise I'll be doing that, the vlogging and everything. But for now, I have a juicy topic to talk about. This is something that is important, but there's been hardly conversations about it, and I feel like there should be. And I feel like as much as I do this, I hope that it will spring up more conversations, because it's very, very important. I know if you look, you see a meme that's just appeared, because like a week or 2 weeks ago, my friend posted. By the way, somebody's supposed to be joining me in this video. I don't know if I'll be able to get a clip from her. She's quite busy and we're not in the same location, but just in case she cannot join me in this, just do it anyway. So yeah, so there's a meme. There was a meme that my friend posted, and you see it there. It's quite funny, right? When I saw it, the first thing was I laughed, and then I told her, so how do you check for it? And she's like, trust my friend. She said, ask the person. I'm like, okay, that's one. And then she's like, even if you cannot ask, you need to be able to ask for a proper physical medical examination. And then it struck me, like if you look at the topic already, fertility test and everything, people do not ask. People do not do people even do these fertility test things? I doubt, because when I put it out there, and many people, I got response. Many people didn't even know it was a thing. Genotype is everywhere now and everything, but this is also important. This topic is a very controversial one, and it cannot be emphasized enough. So I'll be sharing into two. Why am I even repeating my words like that? Anyway, I'll be sharing it into two. The first one I'll be talking about in this video is physical examination and fertility test, and the next one we're talking about medical history in dating. This one is when you have met the person, and you have gotten the ring, or maybe you have not even gotten, but you people are working towards getting married and everything. While you're preparing and doing everything, asking for genotype and everything, how about physical examination test? I'll talk about that one separately. And how about, most importantly, fertility test? Do you know that this thing has caused a lot of problem for people in marriage, because it has traumatized people? People have been deceived into it. Some people did not even know they have an issue. Me, I feel, as a person, scratch the marriage aspect, even as a person, as an individual, as a lady, as a guy, you should know your body. Some people don't even know their body. They don't even know what is this and what is that, not to talk it's something that you have to take deliberate effort to. I was telling someone, I'm like, right now I'm not at a place where I can do that now, but hopefully soon, when I get settled down, get a good paying job and all that, I would take myself to the hospital and meet a gynecologist to conduct tests and know the state of my body. even before thinking of marriage, and because I want to know. And most people, because of the religion, we've tried to, oh, are you trying to look for something that is not there, or what are you saying? Yes, as even as a Christian too, the same way you'll be advised to do medical checkup, you should do that too. It does not diminish your faith, or it does not rule out your faith if you want to know the status of your body, because I feel like so many things would have been averted if people knew on time. Then you now imagine, you now want to get married. There are so many things that can go wrong. You can see an issue where they get married, and probably one of the parties knows that he has a problem or she has a problem, but you just end up getting married and the other person is into it, and like it feels like you're trapped already. It's not like it's going to be, some people are like, is it going to be a determining factor? It's not like it's going to determine whether, obviously to an extent it will, but at least you will know. It's not going to determine whether you're going to marry the person or whether you're going to say no. It could, but then at least that is not like, it's not going to be like an 80% thing. But you should know what you're in for. You should know the demons that you are going to fight before getting there. Imagine how traumatizing it is, especially now, because it's not a matter of whether you have been a good girl, whether you have been a bad boy and everything. These things happen. Some things would have been averted. Like I was even thinking of, there's even something, what of the rhesus factors and all that. You get married, and before you know it, now you now realize that you're not compatible. That's when people now, maybe after like few months, and for people that want to actually maybe start giving birth to children, they realize that it's actually very hard. Or even, I'm not even talking about the children part. What of, okay, let's now go to the physical examination. For example, as much as, yes, that thing is trivial for people that have decided to even wait, how do you go about it? Yes, because as much as, yes, it's over, everybody, the sex thing is everywhere, I know there are still some people that have decided that that form of intimacy they are not ready to cross that boundary until real commitment has been made in marriage. So how about that and everything? And my friend said, okay, why don't you just ask the person? And I'm like, I feel like if you're not ready to cross that intimacy level, you asking the person to show you what and everything, it's like it just sounds somehow. Because I feel like whatever you want somebody to do, you should be able to actually be ready to do it too. So, and if the person does that, it will be, for me, I don't know of others, it will be kind of insulting. So I cannot ask you to do what I know that if you ask me to do it, will somehow. But there are other ways to go about it. Because imagine now, that lady said when she got married, she now found out that the man's genital or whatever was too much for her, and she wanted a divorce. By the time you think you laugh and everything, but that's a real thing. Imagine if they had gone to the clinic and they had conducted like physical examination, and you see the result. At least you know what you're in for. You know the size, you know whatever, so you know whether you can carry or not. Because the fact that you're not, I used to say that the fact that you're not engaging in something, the fact that you're not doing anything, does not mean you should be oblivious about it. Get my point? So the fact that you're waiting, the fact that, oh, this and that and everything, does not mean to avoid all these things. Some people don't even talk about it at all. They don't talk about the preferences, what you want to know what is in that person's head, so that you will not even get there, and then you'll be given a surprise. The person will request for something that in your life you cannot even imagine doing, and then it becomes a problem. 80% of the problems in marriages today, that's why marriages crumble before, like, within the first year, is these differences and all that. We can talk about every part of our body. Why can't we talk about our reproductive parts? Many people don't even know themselves. Then the fertility thing, like, it is so alarming and it is so annoying, because this is something that you should have known. So while you are there, you're conducting other tests, you're asking for genotype questions and everything, you should also seek to know the medical history of that person. You should also seek to know, like, find out for yourself and for that person. When you're with somebody, you need, as in, you watch American movies, and I've not seen it around, but you see that once after the first or second day, and they want to start getting serious with the person, and they know that there's going to be a form of intimacy and everything, it's a no-brainer for them. They go ahead and, like, when was the last time you got checked? Or when was the last time you got checked? Or let's do a medical history. I want to know your medical, because if I'm going to be with you, especially in that level where you're going to be intimate and everything, it's like being vulnerable. So you want to know, so to avoid many mistakes and everything. Even at that level. So next one we're going to talk about is medical history in dating. Anybody that, if you ask for a medical history and the person feels insulted or feel like, are you trying to tell me that I'm this or I'm that or whatever, then that person is a low mentality and shouldn't even be that person. Because in this time and era, in this our generation, you have to be sure. Do you understand? Even as a Christian, you being sure about checking out all those things does not mean that you're undermining God's work. And I heard, and people will say, oh, things change and everything. Yes, but still check. Don't, love is not blind anymore. It is, their eyes are open in every aspect. It is open in every aspect. So you need to know. I need to know what I'm in for. Then I have to be given the choice. Do you know, even I was telling somebody, and I'm like, okay, what if you know that this, people have, especially when it comes to this Christianity and people that tend to intertwine religious things and Christianity together, like, okay, what if this is God's will and everything? It does not change, because at some point I'm sure even God would want you to check out, so that by the time you now say, oh, you've been in your mind now this is God's will, and then you've gotten married and now things are now going wrong, you now start blaming God. But God, is it not you that said that this person is mine? Why didn't you check? You check, you know what you're in for, you know where to channel your prayers, you know what to do. Like, there are some things that would have been averted. So please, let's be wise, let's be woke now. Don't just go blindly. Once you meet somebody, before things start getting serious and everything, after you have asked the genotype question, also, especially now, when you don't even wait for you to put a ring and everything, ask for the medical history, not even just in terms of fertility and everything. Know the kind of family you're into, know what they are prone to, what's in their gene and everything. Some families are prone to cancer, diabetes and all that. Know all these things for yourself. Go online, Google it, check it out, be deliberate about it. Because enough of just being careless, enough of just doing things blindly and then suffering for it. I feel like many things would have been averted if we do the right. It won't take anything. It won't take anything. It won't take your dignity away. Even if you find out a problem, at least you will know what you're in for. There'll be no surprises. And I feel like problems about relations with marriage would reduce. You know whether you want to go into it or not. And all this deceit, nobody will be able to deceive you. If the person has a kind of condition, maybe low sperm count, or she cannot give birth, or a kind of condition, you would know it before that time. It's not like when you're already in it and then that's when you know it. Then you will know whether you want to move on or not. And even if you're going to move on, you know what you are in for. So please, if you're with somebody, even before you are with somebody now, you're at a stage in your life where you can do it. Walk to that hospital and ask for a full medical checkup. Check your history, especially go to a gynecologist for the ladies. Check your reproductive. Many people don't even know. Lastly, before this video, I used to be number one on this list. I didn't know what it was. And you know how you see a diagram and then you be like, okay, this is this, but then when you look at yourself, you're like, okay, I can't find out where this is. And it was recently I stumbled on a book that has to do with the female anatomy, and I was able to locate it. So I'm like, oh, so this is where and it was an eye-opener for me. It was a moment of insight for me and everything. So comment on the comment section, what do you think about this fertility testing, and how would you, from our next video, we'll probably be talking about how you bring that conversation without making it awkward and without making it feel accusatory or without making it feel somehow. That's what we're talking about. But just I want to know your opinion. If you're married and you're watching this, did you do it? Did you wish, if you didn't do it, did you wish you did it? If you're about getting married, would you consider doing something like this? And what do you think about it in general? Please, I need to know your opinion on this. And please don't forget, I forgot to tell us to subscribe. Please subscribe. We have stayed in this, we're about 70 we're about just few subscribers now, but please, let's take it up. Share this thing, let it go viral, because people need to know about this. You'll be shocked, people don't know that there's a thing called pre-marriage fertility test, or even doing a fertility test. They feel like you have to wait until you are married first or before you do all those ones. So please share, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Until I come your way again, I still remain your girl Elizabeth, and this is Life with Elizabeth. See you, and let's not forget, happy new month, and may your new month be filled with joy.